Every year, most employees sit through performance reviews and accept standard 5 to 10% raises. Meanwhile, a different group of people, often joining as outsiders, secure 30% jumps for doing the exact same work. These jumps are rarely a reward for being the best worker in the room. Instead, they are the result of following a specific, repeatable negotiation steps that prioritize market leverage over company loyalty. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to break down a 4-step system to help you bypass standard increment limits and move toward these higher salary brackets. Grab a pen and paper right now or open a blank digital document. You will need to record specific targets and defensive scripts as we go. Mastering this strategy shifts the power dynamic. It moves you from a position of hoping for a raise to a position of negotiating based on documented market value. The first hurdle is the way most professionals view growth. By relying on internal promotion cycles and staying at one company for years, you are bound by a different set of financial rules than a new hire. Companies pull raises from retention budgets, which are mathematically capped, restricting annual increases to a 5 to 15% range. Compare that to hiring budgets. When you switch companies, your baseline resets to market rate, allowing 20 to 40% jumps structurally impossible internally. In your notes, write down Step 1, the external reset. This is the foundational move required to break through internal caps. Because companies prioritize the cost of acquisition over the cost of retention, an external move is often the only way to align your salary with your actual market worth. However, the math of switching companies only works if you have bargaining power. Without leverage, you are simply moving from one capped environment to another. In the corporate market, leverage comes in 2 main forms: holding a competing job offer or filling a role that the company is under extreme pressure to hire for immediately. You can manufacture this leverage even without years of experience. By compressing your application timeline so that multiple interviews happen in the same 2-week window, you create a scenario where companies must compete against each other for your start date. Map out a 2-week sprint for your next round of applications. Your goal is to have 3 or more interview processes overlapping. This shifts the entire nature of the conversation. You are no longer asking for a job. You are presenting the company with a business decision where they have to outbid the market to secure your skills. Step 3 is navigating corporate salary bands, which are rigid ranges designed to keep compensation within a controlled limit. Recruiters can break these bands, but usually only do so for candidates they perceive as exceptions to the standard hiring pool. To enter this zone, you must hit 3 specific marks: articulate the direct revenue you create, highlight a skill in high demand, and maintain a neutral tone. The most common mistake at this stage is revealing your current salary too early. If you tell a recruiter you currently make $60,000, they will anchor their offer to that number rather than the market value. When asked about your current pay, use this deflection. I'm looking for a role in the X to Y range based on the market value of my skill set and the requirements of this position. Research what your role pays at the top 25% of companies in your city to find your anchor range. By anchoring high and positioning yourself as a specific solution to a company problem, you force the negotiation to focus on your future impact rather than your past earnings. Review your notes. You now have the 3 core components: the external move strategy, the compressed application timeline, and the anchoring script. You are no longer approaching the market as a passive applicant. You are operating with a clear understanding of how corporate budgets and leverage function. Remember the core rule: companies may value your work, but they only pay the premium rate when you have the leverage to request it. For more breakdowns on how to navigate these corporate structures, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Comment your target salary range below. Substantial salary growth is a matter of strategy, not just luck.